Hey shooters, Len Lucas here from Beretta Defense Technologies, and what you see behind me is our SAKO TRG M10. Basically that's what we're going to be talking about now. Our SAKO M10 is a multi-caliber weapon system. I can use 308, 300 Win Mag, or 338 Lapua. And let's start with the Coyote earth tone gun up that you see on the top here, starting at the front up there by the muzzle. The thread on that is an M18x1 thread. It'll accept any of the brakes out there as long as you have M18x1 thread pitch. You can run the SAKO muzzle brake, you can run the advanced armament or the Surefire muzzle brakes. Very excellent kits to put on the weapon system. Coming back further to the end of the barrel here, you notice there's 3 rings or 3 witness marks. That's put there for a reason, so in low light conditions, the end user can say, hey, that is 338 Lapua. So we put 3 witness marks here, 3 on the box magazine, and 3 on the actual bolt itself, because those are the 3 components that make up the caliber change. 1 witness mark is 308, 2 witness marks is 300 Win Mag. So 1, 308, 2, 300 Win Mag, and 3, 338 Lapua. As we travel down, the barrel lengths can vary. The 308 kit, I can go down to a 16-inch barrel system. I can go a 20-inch barrel, 24, or up to a 27-inch barrel on that. As we travel back to the heart of the gun, the forends. Currently we have 2 forends. We have a 5 flute and a 3 flute. The 3 flute is very short, makes the gun a lot lighter and lighten the kit up. The 5 flute, I put the 5 flute on my 308 kit. You can see I put all this auxiliary equipment on the weapon system. Also, the long forend acts as a mirage band to dissipate the heat away from my inline optic here. Coming back here, to remove the forend, I have 2 screws right here. The bolt handle is actually the tool on that. So Torx head right here built in the bolt handle. I like to teach the front screw, turn 4 revolutions. 1, 2, 3, 4. It loosens it up. Basically it's like a clamshell. The rear screw here, I turn and I loosen up fully. I pull it out and it's self-contained. I can slide off my forend and tailor the gun or the forend or whatever, or take off the barrel. Coming back underneath the forend, that you see this nice radius here for your support hand. This is actually a toolbox that houses 3 separate Allen keys in here to work on the rest of the gun, like the trigger group or whatever. So it's a spare toolbox. Coming back to the center of the gun, now we're getting into the real heart of the gun. Magnum action, so it's going to be a full-size Magnum action. Top rails, 20 MOA or 30 MOA rail. Coming down to the box magazine, oversized paddle to extract out the magazine. And when we talk about the magazine, we like to keep the magazine the same size for muscle memory. So when the folks are actually laying on the gun, they're pulling out the same size magazine. The only thing that we did for the cartridge size is we put a spacer in it. So full, no spacer, 338, a low profile spacer, 300 Win Mag, and the full spacer, because of the cartridge length, is 308. Now we come into the center of the gun where we have the trigger group. We have the ambidextrous safety, the paddle here. It's ambidextrous on both sides. Also, when the safety is engaged, it actually secures the bolt. But on the top of the receiver, I have a bolt override. I can push down on the bolt override, and now I can top load the cartridge if I have to. When I close, it goes back on safe. I take it off of safe and I'm back operational again. Coming into the trigger group, my trigger group can be removed just by reaching up in here, turning a screw, and pulling out if the trigger group fails. You notice on the inside here you have a silver post. Inside of here, I can change this. I can change where the trigger sets inside the trigger. I then can also change the cant or the pitch of the trigger itself. A good operator is probably going to shoot a neutral trigger because he's not going to be shooting from, he's going to be shooting different shoulders, right shoulder, left shoulder. Coming further back into this, the pistol grip itself, the back portion of this comes with 3 different sizes, so you can tailor the actual grip size for use. Coming further back in the gun, let me pull this off. The stock system, starting with the comb, is a fully adjustable. It's ambidextrous, spring-loaded. So if I place my face on this, wherever I stop, it actually locks. Same thing with length of pull. I can be laying on the gun, and wherever I stop, the gun is locked. Sling points for attachments on the weapon system. The stock system can be folded, which I personally like. When I fold it to this direction, to the right, it actually secures the bolt. Now there's another stock system like I have on my black gun here, and actually folds to the left. And also gives me a nice flat surface, so if I have to sling it across my back, comfortable carrying. Up and down adjustment as well on the recoil pad. Now my rear monopod, if I have to go, I can still shoot like this as a stock hook. If not, I just reach up when I go proned out, and it actually falls down. So when I'm on the gun, you can see my micro adjustment right here. And if I don't want to go back and secure it back up, reach down, pull up, and it locks it back up. One thing I want to show you on the bolt is we put dual ejectors on our bolt. So we have good positive extraction ejection out of that. So with especially where we're operating today's theater of operation, very harsh, very dirty environment, I'll have good positive extraction out the weapon system. Now, since this works off a Magnum action, some operators are so used to running the short actions, and they have the short throw and the stop as your malfunction. That's no problem. Our bolt release right here, you take out these 2 screws, take out your bolt release, turn it over, insert the 2 screws back in, now it becomes a short action. Very versatile weapon system, very accurate. And that's what's new on the SAKO TRG M10 shooters.